Hi everyone, today we are looking at P62025 CHIJ paper. Okay, I will not go through everything. I will only go through questions that are slightly more challenging, questions that my students need help in. All right, so without any further ado, let's get right into it. Now, the first question that I would like for us to look at, is actually all the way in question. Let me see. Let me just go all the way to question 26, okay? Now, in question number 26, right, it is a volume question. Now, whenever it is a volume question, what is the concept that you have to think of? You have to always remember, it's called Dr. V's Chaos People. Understand or don't understand? All right, so this is definitely Dr. V's Chaos People. The first thing you want to do, right, is to write down DRVISSCP. Do you understand? All right, first write down DRVISSCP. Okay, this basically means Dr. V's Chaos People. Okay, and as you can see over here, the question asks, right, hey, which two views are the same? So look at the front view. Let's draw our front view out first. We must always make sure that our front view is drawn out first, okay? Our front view in this situation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You must imagine that if you are standing right here, what can you see? Do you agree or disagree? Will you be able to see the one at the back? No, you wouldn't be able to see the, right. All right, so you have 1, 2. Where do you think 3 will be? 3 will just be here. True? All right, 4 is here. Where's 5? 5 is right above. Make sense? Okay, so you want to start by writing all of these things down first. Can? Can. Okay, now of course, then you can move on to the next one, right? If you are at the side, right, what are you going to see? So I'm just going to erase all of this. You can remember to use the pencil, okay? You'll see this. True? All right, if I can, I will just change the color. You have this, right? What else will you see? You will definitely see this, right? You will definitely see this. True? Will you be able to see this and this? No, you wouldn't be able to, right? Because you're too short. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So if you have these things, right? How are you gonna show? How are you gonna show that that's the side view? Well, you have 1 over here, 2 over here. Imagine it to be here. True? And then another 1 over here, and then 1 up. True? This is basically my side view. Agree or disagree? Right? It does seem like side and my front is the same. True? Now, then finally, you have my top view, right? So my top view itself, right? Now, a lot of students get very confused, but I always tell them, hey guys, when you are drawing your top view, remember, you have to fly from the front view. So if you go all the way up, you fly from the front view, okay? I'm going to use green. You are going to see this, you're 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 going to see this, and you're going to see this. True? Right? So let's start from the top, which is 1, 2, 3. Agree or disagree?
Yes.
Right? After that, what else do you have?
Has 2.
You have
The
1 over
bottom
here
is
and 1 over here. True? All right.
Yeah.
And finally, you have 1 over here. True? Okay. So therefore, the answer for this question has to be front and your side. Understand or not understand? Can you understand or not understand? Okay. So now then, the next question says the four shaded square, can you see it? Form part of the net of a cube. This 4 shaded part. Can you see that? Now they say to draw 2 more squares to complete the net of a cube, right? So let's imagine, right? In fact, I will just draw it aside first. Okay, I'll draw it aside first. Can you see? Okay, how do I form a cube? So let's say if I say that this is my base, then what is this? What do you think this will be? This will be my
side.
Yeah, my right. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Right? Can you imagine I fold it up? If I have this, then I will also need to have my left. Right? Then I also need to have my front. Isn't this my front? Ayo. Then
Back.
I also need a back, right? Where do you think back will be? I can put it over here, what? True? Then, after my back, then?
You can put one next to the right.
You can put one next to the right. Where's one next to the right, is it? Okay, when you put one next to the right, then what happens?
Then it can be folded into
Oh, it can be folded into a cube now, is it? Okay, let's see. Let's see if this can be folded into a cube. So okay, so you basically have to just add 2. You understand? Where you're gonna add the 2 doesn't matter, as long as it can be made into a what? Cube. Understand? Okay, so I'm just gonna read those that I'm adding, I'm just gonna put in red color first, can? Okay, where should my base be? Anything up to me, right? This is base, can?
Yes.
Then this is my right, still right? This is my left. Agree? This is my front, right? This is my top. True? This is my back. Understand? All right, so you draw it this way, also can. Understand or not understand? Can understand or not understand? Okay. All right. However, right, in terms of the cube itself, right, as long as it can be made into a cube. Do you understand or not understand? Okay. All right. So yeah, that's how you would do a question like this.
Yeah.
Now, whenever we see a speed question, the first thing we want to ask ourselves is what is the concept? It's always SMC. Okay, it's always SMC, yeah? Always SMC, yeah? Now, it says that Aloysius travel. Oh, wait, before I go on, for those of you who do not know what's SMC, S stands for simple, right? Very simple speed, right? Then this stands for meets up, correct? This stands for catch up. Are you understanding or not understanding? All right. So over here, you can see that this person traveled from town J to K, right? So for my students, they always know that they need to draw a timeline. Understand that? All right. He traveled at an average speed of. So what is my average speed?
60 km.
Very good. AS equals to 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, for a total distance of
150 km.
150 kilometers. Very good. Agree or disagree? From here itself, you already know, right? He will reach town K at what time? 6 p.m., right?
Yes.
So if he reached town Q at 6 p.m., then I want to find what time did he leave. Isn't that my question mark?
Yes.
So what can I find now? If I have my distance and my speed, I can now then find my very good, my time, right? Agree or disagree? How do you find time? Distance divided by speed, right? True?
150 divided by 60.
Very good. All right. So then you go 150 divided by 60. And therefore, over here, this is quite easy. Yeah, you get 2 1 over 2 hours. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
But the question is not asking you for what's the duration or how long did he take to travel from J to K. The question is asking you, hey, what time? Very good. So 6 p.m., 2 hours, 2.5 hours before you want to draw, you can draw another timeline. 6 p.m. over here, always go back to. Right, I teach my students A, B, C, D. I don't know if you remember A, B, C, D, draw a timeline. Right, so A, B, C, D basically means, okay, I'm not going to go into that, right? So I just go back 2 hours, so this is 4 p.m., true? Then I go back another how many minutes? 30 minutes, half an hour. Agree or disagree? So that becomes 3:30 p.m. Are you understanding or not understanding? You sure? You sure not? All right, so that's your answer for this question. Now, the cuboid and the cube are joined together to form a rectangular block. As you can see, this is the rectangular block, yeah? Can see or cannot see? All right, what did they say? They say that the length of the... So maybe you first define which one is the cuboid. This is the cuboid, right? Then this is the cube. True? Okay, if it's in the cube, you know that all sides are the same. Very good. So this is 3. This has to be 3 as well. True? All right, the length of the cube is 3 cm. So I think that's pretty straightforward, yeah? All right, then we moved on to say that the what? The volume of the cuboid is 5 times the volume of the cube. So the first thing you want to do is to find out what is the volume of cube. Very good. All right, so what is the volume of cube? The volume of cube is 3 times 3 times 3, which is equals to 27 centimeter cube. Do you understand?
Yes.
What is the volume of cuboid? The volume of cuboid is how many times? 27 times 5. Very good. Okay, when I do 27 times 5, okay, of course, for this, you cannot punch your calculator. All right, in fact, you don't need, huh? All right, so you have a 5. Can you see 35? 5 times 2, 10, 13, right? True or not? 135 centimeter cube. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, so I want to find my cuboid. Okay, so I'm just going to draw my cuboid first. I want to ask you a very simple question, right? If I know that the volume of this is 135, do I have any of the measurements? What? I don't have. Let's do mirror image first, shall we? Why? Because if the height of the cube is 3, don't you think that the height of the cuboid is also 3? Right, so because when 3 looks into the mirror, who does 3 see? 3 will see itself. So if this is 3, then don't you think that the breadth is also 3? Because you think about it, this is over here, right? So then I should mirror image to here, what? True? Do you agree or disagree? That means the breadth is 3. But the only thing that I'm left with is, or the only thing that I cannot mirror image over here is my length. Do you understand or not understand? So my length is still something unknown, right? True or not? Isn't it good, right? In math, whenever you have one unknown, it's perfect. Because that's literally what you need to find, right? Math is about the process of finding what you don't know. Understand or don't understand? All right, so then over here, what do you do? But I know...
135 divided by 3.
Sorry, my iPad just glitched. Give me a while. I just got to go back. All right, so like I said, finding what you don't know. Agree or disagree? All right, okay, so I'm just going to redraw again. So since... Okay, so now you know that the volume of cuboid in this situation, you already know that it's how much? It's going to be how much? Just now it's 135. So L times B times H. Agree or disagree? So it's 135. True? What's my L? I don't know, right? Good one. Right now, what's my B? 3. What's my height? 3. Understand or not understand? All right, 135 is actually equals to 9L. True? L is actually equals to 135 divided by 9. You understand or not understand? Can you understand why divide? Why is it divide? Because over here, 9L basically means that the 9L basically stands for 9 times L. True? How do I remove away something that is a multiplication? I work backwards, right? Multiply. If I want to remove multiplication, I have to divide. You agree or disagree? Right? When I do 135 divided by 9, what do I get? Can you press a calculator for this? You can't, so you have to do 135 divided by 9, 919 minus 94, bring down the 5, 95, 45. Is this something that you can understand or don't understand? All right, then over here, this becomes 15. 15 centimeters is basically the length. Do you agree or disagree? Agree or disagree? Okay, so if that is the length, right, then obviously you can put 15 cm over here. True? Okay, now, of course, once you're done, what are you going to do? The question asks for, what did the question ask for? They say the volume of the rectangular block. Which is the rectangular block? That means both. Understand or don't understand?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, what is the volume of the rectangular block?
Could we do
Well,
135 plus 26?
Absolutely, right? You don't need to go and find already. You want to go and find also can. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. So two ways to do it. Obviously, you get the cuboid, you plus the you understand that? The second way to do it, you obviously just use the L times B times H. Okay, so I'm just going to show two ways. Cuboid plus cube. We already know, right? For the cube was 27, right? Just now we already learned that volume of cube, right, is 3 times 3 times 3, which is equals to 27, right? True? Right? Agree or disagree? All right, what is the volume of cuboid? Is what? So 135 plus 27. I apologize. 135 plus 27. Does that make sense to you? When I do 135 plus 27, I get to 162. True? But what if I have another method? You get what I'm trying to say? All right, another method is the length, breadth, and the height. What is the length?
The length will be 15 plus 3.
Yeah, very good. Right, 15 plus 3. What's the breadth? 3, right? What's the height? 3 also, very good. All right, so 18 times 3 times 3. You definitely should be able to get to 162 as well. Let's see, 18 times 9, we get to 162. And therefore, this is my answer for this question. Now, whenever I see a question like that, this is a circus question. So you write down your concept first. You understand now? All right, the moment you have your concept, right, it helps you to just ignore. This is, there's a difference between noise versus signal. All right, this is something that I have learned. The teacher also is going to tell you, the moment you identify the concept, you will shut off all of the noises. Meaning to say, you will not have to think about fractions. You will not have to think about remainder of remainder. You don't have to think about BNA. You just focus on what are the concepts or what do I need to know when it comes to a brass concept. Okay, so I want the signal. You understand now? Don't focus on the noise. Okay, focus on the signal. How do you focus on the signal? This brass is a signal. You understand? All right. The figure is made of 6 identical squares. How many squares?
6.
Where's the 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Agree or disagree? A semicircle? Where's the semicircle? Can see? Okay, I don't know whether if this is supposed to be here. Okay, I don't know. But anyways, let's move on, right? A semicircle and an an equilateral important or not? Super important. Equilateral means what? All sides are the same. You understand or don't understand? Okay. What does the question want me to find? Perimeter. Okay, perimeter, you don't even need to care about brass. All you need to care about is what? Whip out my highlighter, highlight the outside, draw a flag, and tell me where I start. You remember all of this or not? If you pay attention, you definitely remember. You understand? Okay, whip out my highlighter, highlight all the side, tell me where I start. Agree or disagree?
Draw the flag.
Okay, draw the flag. Very good. Okay, I start from here, Ken. Now, do I have the measurements of this? Let's start from here first. Do I have the measurements? I definitely have, right? Why? Why is it that I have? Because they are all what? Identical. What? Identical means they are all the same. Agree or disagree? So 24 is this, right? So then each of it will be what? Okay,
24.
divided by?
4.
No, why are there 4? Let's do mirror image. You see for yourself. I say 1, 2, 3. Isn't 24 made up of 1, 2, 3?
But they are also contiguous.
Okay, now 24, 24 goes all the way to where?
Semicircle.
Very good. Okay, so it's my fault. Very good. Okay, can you count it as a square? Good question. Now it's basically here, right? True?
Yeah.
Right? So isn't this the radius of the semicircle? Isn't this also the radius of the semicircle? Isn't this also the radius of the semicircle? And that's the reason why you can say that these are all radius, 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 and the final one is also a radius. Make sense? So basically we say 4 radius is equals to 24. Is this something that you can understand? 1 radius is actually equals to 6. Does that make sense to you? Yes or no? Okay, you have the measurements, you should celebrate. Happy, happy, happy. You say dun, 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 dun. Right, so this is 6. True? Followed by?
Another 6.
Another 6. Very good. Followed by? Okay, guys, you all must use pencil as you are doing this. Now, what is this? What is this thing over here? You get what I'm trying to say? What is that thing over here? Sorry, I accidentally deleted my. I'm just going to re-highlight. You think about it. You don't know, right? But you know this is an equilateral triangle, right?
Yes.
So if this is 6 and 6, isn't this?
Sides are also 6
Thank
and 6.
you. You get what I'm trying to say? All right. So over here you don't have 6, you have what? 12 and 12. You understand? Does it make sense to you? All right. Because in an equilateral triangle, you see, if I tell you that this is 12, then definitely you must say this is 12 and this is 12. Is this something that you can understand? Okay. Of course, once you're done with this, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna go by the, what is this called? This is called the arc length. Understand or not understand? All right, of a semicircle. Agree or disagree? Right, some people call that the circumference of a semicircle. Okay, then followed by 6 and then 6 and then 6 and then 6 and then 6 and also 6. Agree or disagree? Can you understand? Okay, so the tricky part is the arc length of a semicircle. So don't jump into or wanting to put everything together. Just go one by one first. Okay, get the hard part out of the way first. What is it? The arc length, right? Number one is the arc length of the, okay, if some of you prefer the word circumference, sure, circumference of a semicircle. Agree or disagree? Now, if it's a semicircle, always start with half. I don't care whether it's area, I don't care whether it's circumference. Okay? What is the circumference? Very good. So half pi d, that's all. Don't remember so many things. Just remember one thing. Understand? Then you see semicircle at half, quadrant at 1/4. Do you understand or not? Half times what's pi d?
Pi,
In terms of pi, like, in terms of pi means what?
Just
If let's say
mean
I
the
say
pi.
in my terms, you come to my class and you make sure you follow my terms. Means what? In my rules, right? Now, in the way that I want it to be, right?
Yeah.
In terms of pi means in the way of pi. Got it? What's my semicircle? Sorry, what's my diameter? It's going to be 12, right?
Yeah.
So this becomes 6 pi. Do you understand or don't understand? Therefore, finally, now I can find the total parameter. True? Are you ready to add? Now, to prevent making careless mistakes, what you want to do is you want to add carefully, okay? You follow my flag, and then you make sure you follow each of the numbers. Can? Tell me the first one.
6.
6. Very good. Plus, go down. Okay, you see, let's put a tick. Can? Every time you write, you put a tick. Can? After 6, 6 already, then after that,
12.
plus 12. After that,
After that, 6 pi.
plus 12 already, you must plus 12 again, right? True? Plus
6 pi.
6 pi, very good. And then after that,
6.
plus 6. Again, right?
And then
You where's my 6 pi? You got write 6 pi over here now.
Yeah, I already wrote
Okay, you must take, can? Then you plus 6, right?
Yeah.
Then you add another.
6.
Then you go up.
Another 6.
You must take, next one.
Another 6. And another 6.
Understand?
Mhm.
Do you get? Group the 6 together. Can we group the 6 together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Understand or don't understand? 6 times 8. Plus, how many 2s are there? How many 2s are there? Very good. All right. So you say 12 times 2. Agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Then after that, finally, you add a 6 pi. Do you understand or don't understand? Okay. So when you group things up together, it's clearer for you. You understand? You will miss out on anything. All right. You agree or disagree? All right. So then this becomes like 48 plus 24. 48 plus 24. We get to how much? We get to 72, right? True? True or not? 72 plus 6 pi. I want you to give it in terms of pi, right? So therefore, this is my answer for this question. Now, Eliza baked some cupcakes. So before I go on to anything else, my students will tell me, dear Joseph, we have to burp for me right now. Agree or disagree? All right, burp for me right now is the most important, guys. You all must understand, right, that concepts, they are the most important. If not, you are going to solve the question like a headless chicken. All right, and yes, my student just reminded that me has to burp for me right now, dude. Right not? Okay, so all of you burp right now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm just kidding. Now you can see over here in in the next sentence, right? She says she gave 1/6 of her cupcakes to her siblings and 1/4 of her cupcakes to her classmates. Now, if you find this to be overwhelming, you just break it down first. Can? Okay, long the sentence. Remember to break it up. It's better if you were to write it down like that. Can you understand? Are you student? Do you know what concept is this already? What is it? What is it?
I think B.
B and A, okay, fine, sure. But I would say this is more of a remainder. Make sense or doesn't make sense? Right? This is more of a R or R. Make sense? Okay, type A or type B, we still don't know yet. Correct or not? Okay, so we in fact this is also part whole relationship. Why is that so? Because in the first part you realize she gave 1/6 of the cupcakes to her siblings, right? Yeah. So this that was given to the siblings is a part. Understand? I have something. All right. So part whole relationship we tend to what? Draw a branch. Understand or don't understand? Okay, can? All right, we tend to draw a branch, right? We know that this is the whole. Okay, a part of it, a part of it, a part of what I have is given to my siblings, which is 1/6. Make sense? All right, then after I'm also going to give my classmates, which is 1/4. What are you going to do over here? You're going to make sure that the denominator is the same, right? If it all came from the same whole, then how can the denominator be different? Agree or disagree? Agree or disagree? All right. I tell my students it's like surname, right? If all came from the same family tree, then definitely the surname has to be the same. You agree or disagree? Right? So over here, the common understand or don't understand? All right. So then this becomes 3/12. Do you understand or don't understand? Okay. That means I have to draw. Then after, obviously, I have my remainder, right? True. Okay. But what I want to do first is I want to obviously draw my model. Agree or disagree? All right. Remainder. Fun fact, you all know that only remainder of remainder, then you draw model. Everything else don't need to draw model. Understand? Part whole relationship, draw a branch. Understand? Equating numerators, draw a table. DNA, draw a table. Right? Number x value, also draw a table. Correct? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many units do I need? I need 12, Got it? Can understand or not understand? Okay, what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna shade whatever I can. Siblings, how many units? Make sense? Followed by, what's the next one? Classmates, how many units? Understand or don't understand? Followed by, she sold half of the remaining. So did she sell everything? She never sell everything. She say, she looked at her box, right? She say, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm gonna sell what? Half of it. Now then, unfortunately, 7 is very hard for me to break it into half, right? So what I will do is I will drop it down. And we call this what? What do we call this? When I drop it down, what happens? This becomes what? Yes, type B, yeah, very good. And we put UP over here. Understand? So this is under ROR. We say that this is type B. Got it? So I break it down. I drop it down, sorry. I break it into half. Understand or don't understand? How much was sold? She sold, right? Yeah, so we put sold over here lah. True? Alright, and then after that, at the end of the day, she was left with 49. Isn't it quite easy for you? Can you see this 49? What does this mean to you? If I sold half, I'm left with 49. Isn't it true that sold is also 49?
Yes.
You get what I'm trying to say? So then your job, right? You see, I purposely use the word up. Why? To remind you that you need to look up. What do I mean by that? From here itself, we can see that this and this, okay, is called 2 parts. 2 parts is actually equals to 49 times 2. Is this something that you can understand? Okay, so when we have 49 times 2, okay, we press our calculator. 49 times 2, that gets me to 98. Understand or don't understand? Look up. What do I mean by look up? Look at this, Isn't this the same as these? Truth, right? Because, right, look up, right? So over here, how many units are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Understand or don't understand? So if 2 parts is 98, 7 units is also 98. Do you understand or don't understand? All right, your job is to always to get to Mr. Greenman. Do you understand? All right, 1 unit is 14. Now, of course, once I'm done with this, obviously, then Mr. Greenman is out. What can I do? If you follow step by step, you know that Mr. Greenman is out. What's the next thing that you need to do? You need to read the question, right? The question says what? How many cupcakes did Aliza give to her siblings? So her siblings is which one?
2 units.
2 units, very good. So that's the reason why you will find 2 units. You put S over here, 14 times 2, and therefore your answer for this question has to be 28. And 28 cupcakes were given to her siblings. At first, the cans in the shop, okay, so now we are on paper 2. Now, at first, the cans in the shop were placed, how many cans do I have? I don't know. On 60 shelves with an equal number of cans on each shelf. Can see? So, equal number of cans, You see, in the first sentence, right? In fact, in this sentence itself, right, you already know this is a whole numbers, and we call this bunny best 3. Understand? Okay? All right, so we know, listen up very carefully. 60 shelves. How many shelves do I have? 60, yeah. How many cans do I have? We don't know, right? But it is always equal number. So let's imagine the first shelf, the second shelf. Do you think they all look the same?
Yes.
Very good. But obviously, am I going to be...
We can't.
Am I going... No, right? I'm going to be out of my mind, right? True?
Yeah.
Right, but what I can do is I can pretend, or in fact I can show, right? I can project it all out. Agree or disagree? Right? All the same. Agree or disagree? Right, next one. What happens? How many shelves were removed?
6 shelves.
6 shelves were removed. Okay, so you are going to do 6. So how many shelves do I have right now? If I say 6 shelves were removed, all right, then
60
shelves.
minus-
Very good, right? So you shelves now, the now shelves will be 60 minus away 6, which is equals to 54 shelves. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Then and the cans on, so the number of cans did not change, true or not? All right, the cans on the shelves, right? They put on the 54 shelves, correct or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what did they say? The next sentence says what? The number of cans on each shelf or each remaining shelf. What is the remaining
40.
shelf? 40, very good. So what is the remaining shelf? One shelf. One shelf is what? 40, right? How many remaining shelves are there? 54 remaining shelves. Agree or disagree?
Yes.
All right, so 54 shelves actually is what? 40 times 54. Do you understand or don't understand?
Yeah.
You understand or don't understand? All right, that means, oh my goodness, I have 2,160 cans. Does that make sense to you? Where did the 2,160 cans come from?
It's one shelf times all the shelves left.
Very good. Can I ask you a question? Do you think the 2,160 cans also is the same here?
No.
Why? I did not remove any cans, My total will still be the same. Agree, disagree? The only thing that I moved is the shelf. Right? The only thing that I moved is the
Shelf.
shelf. If I use a simple example, imagine I have bags. Can?
Yeah.
Shopping bags. Can? Inside there is 3 apple. 3 apple. 3 apple. 3 apple. How many apples are there in total?
3 times.
3 times 4, which is equals to how many apples? 12 apples. Agree or disagree? Now I'm going to group them up into why cannot write? I'm going to group them up into like that. Okay, I remove away my bags. If I remove away my bags, I'm going to group them now into what? Two bags. Agree or disagree? Did I change the number of apples? No one, right? My apples is still 12, right? So how many apples are there in each? 6 and 6. Right? Why 9? Why do you get 9? Why do you say 9? All right. Can you understand or not understand? You get where I'm coming from? So over here, the question says what? What did the question say? How many cans were removed from the 6 shelves? Okay, so 2160 is what? 2160 how many? 2160 what? Cans, right?
Yeah.
True? What do you do to these 2160 cans?
To find one shelf, example, there were all 60 shelves left. And to find one shelf, we should do 2160 divided by 60.
Very good. That is to find my
One normal shelf.
one. Very good. Okay, not one normal lah. Okay, but basically it's one shelf. Maybe I would say the old. Can you understand? Before all of the changes, understand lah? All right, your old and the new really will fundamentally change the way you look at the numbers. Understand? All right, one shelf previously, you remember? Remember what I say? Still is 2160 cans, right? True. Divided by 60 what? Shelves. Agree or disagree? All right, so that means at first, one shelf. Sorry, is it two? Yeah, one shelf. I have 36 cans. Do you understand or don't understand? All right, the question is asking us for what? How many cans were removed from the 6 shelves? Okay, so 6 shelves.
Old shelf.
Very good. 6 old shelves will be 36 times 6. Do you understand or don't understand? 36 times 6, we get to an answer of 216. 216 what? Always remember your units. Understand or not? All right, I give an analogy to my student. I tell them, students, if you don't give me units, you are telling me that when you go to the supermarket and you look at the auntie, you say, two, 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 two. Auntie, give me two. 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 What happens? Two tight sweat. Can you blame her? You cannot blame her. You can understand that. Why? Because you never state your units. Agree or not? Maybe you are actually asking for 2 fish balls. But you say two, auntie, give me two. She will say two, what? Two. Please step back. Boy. Two what? You understand or don't understand? Okay? Alright, so that's the reason why you need units. Okay, allow me to move on to the next question. Okay? Now, let's read the next question. The question say, what did the question say in the first sentence? Benson had 3 fewer $1 coins than 20-cent coins. So you see, there is a comparison going on. Agree or disagree? All right, there's a comparison going on. I will not ask you for the concepts first. I will not ask you for the concepts. Okay, I will now then ask myself, if I have 3 fewer, that means for my $1 and my 20 cents, how is it going to look like? Because it's comparison, immediately you need to draw a model. Agree or disagree? All right, $1 is like that, right? 20 cents is like that, true? So 3 fewer, so we're gonna have 3 over here. Does it make sense to you? All right, that is the most important, okay? That is the most important. Now, what did he do? Tell me, what did he do?
So he had 3 fewer.
So this is basically my what? My 1 unit and my 1 unit. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, you can tell me what did he do.
He
He used
used all $1
all,
coins.
yeah, very good. All his $1 coin. So if he used all his $1 coin, we got a cheap chop curry pop. What do I mean by cheap chop curry pop? I'm going to remove away this. True? Agree or disagree? Right? And then what else did he do? He only used how many? Only used two, eh? True or not? He
Yeah.
only used two, ah?
2 20-cent coins.
2 20-cent coins. So 3 over here, right? I'm going to remove 2. Understand or don't understand? All right, numbers always on the outside. Agree or disagree? 2 is removed, there's 1 left. Make sense or don't make sense? Okay. What did the question say?
The question said how
The total value, we haven't read that sentence. The total value of the 20-cent coins left was?
$2
Where is left? Left is from where to where? From here.
to the end of.
Exactly. So this 120 cents, you already know this is 20 cents, right? True. And remember, this is 1 unit. What is the meaning of 1 unit? 1 unit means I have one group of 20 cents, one bag of 20 cents, one basket of 20 cents, one pouch of 20 cents, one what? Give me an idea quick. One bottle of 20 cents, one tin of 20 cents, one can of 20 cents, one bag of 20 cents. You understand now? So this is one group of 20 cents. Agree or disagree? Always remember 1 unit means one group because I don't know the exact amount. Agree? This one is what? This one is my 20 cents, right? True? So this person had $2. $2 minus away 20 cents. That gets me to $1.80. Understand or don't understand? Okay, where's my $1.80? My $1.80 over here. My $1.80 is basically from here all the way to here. Can see?
Yeah.
So this is 180, yeah? Can you find 180 is how many 20 cents?
180 divided by 0.
Thank you, right? Divided by 0.20, correct or not? So therefore I have 9 20 cents. Do you understand or don't understand? All right, what is the question asking us to find? How much money? Can I ask you a question first? If this is 1 unit is 9, then how many are there over here? Yeah, very good, right? Same one. True?
Yeah.
Then what I'm gonna do, the question say how much money did Benson use? So shall we go one by one first? Okay, whenever you have 2 items, right? You want to find them one by one first. $1 is going to be $1 times 9. I have 9 $1 coins, right? Next one, 20 cents. I'm going to be doing 20 cents times 9 first. True? Plus another. Over here, there's how many? You can see over here, 3, right? There's 3 of them, right? True? Then you go 20 cents. Okay, sorry, I used the wrong one. Then you're gonna do 20 cents times 20 cents times 3. Does it make sense to you? All right, so that's how you do it. Agree or disagree?
Yes.
All right, so you're gonna do 20 cents times 3. Agree or disagree? All right, this is $1.80. This is 60 cents. Okay, so then what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna do 180 times plus 60 cents. We get to $2.40, right? You see, I don't just stop here and now then read the question once again, right? How much money did Benson
Use.
use?
Use.
Use. Use. Use is the part that I have cancelled out. True or not? So actually, I don't even need to find this. True? Use is the part that I've cancelled out. Right? So how many did he use? I'm going to highlight in green color. What did he use? He used everything that is over here, which is the $9, right? So this is correct. But then there's 2 20 cents, right? Agree or disagree? This is the part that he has used, right? So therefore, your answer has to be $9 plus because he has used 2 20 cents, that is 40 cents. Agree or disagree? Then that gets me to an answer of $9.40. And therefore, this is your answer for this question.
9.
Now, the next question, question number 10, right, is a question that is under volume, right? So if it's under volume, then obviously we always have something called Dr. V's Kiosk Paper. Okay, now over here, we still don't know what concept is it, but the moment I see volume, I quickly write that down first, okay? Now, X and Y are 2 rectangular tanks. At first, X was filled with some water and Y was empty, yeah? Can? The base area of Y is 135. So we are going to write down that. We're going to write that down. I tell you, this is the most important. Why is it that base area is the most important? Because base area, right, will never ever change. You think about it, your water bottle. You finish all the water in the water bottle, look at the base. Does it become a triangle?
No.
Okay, then you fill everything. Now I'm going to fill it. I'm going to fill. Okay, now does it become a triangle now in terms of its base area? No, right? Yeah, base area will always remain the same. Understand? Now, some water was poured from X to Y, so I'm just going to show that there's something that was transferred. Understand? So this, now, the moment I see that there's a transfer, you see, isn't this an internal transfer? Why is this an internal transfer? Why is this an internal
Because
transfer?
the
Because
total never
X is,
changes.
yeah, very good. Because X is giving to Y. So this is the first concept that I have identified. Understand?
Yeah.
It's called internal transfer constant total. The moment you know that the total don't change, you know that the volume will always be how much? The volume in this situation will always be the same. You understand or don't understand? Okay? Now, Hannah, I move on to the next one. In the end means what? After the transferring, the amount of water in Y was how much? 2430 leh. So how much is the volume right now? You get what I'm trying to say? In fact, you can actually add in the word new. Agree or disagree? What is the new volume? The new volume is how much? 2430. Correct or not? Centimeter cube. Do you understand or don't understand? If I know this, then definitely I have to also go and find my height. Agree or disagree? How do I find my height? I just have to do 2430 divided by 135. Make sense or don't make sense? Okay, so I know now I have some water inside, right? My tank. Agree or disagree? Y is no longer what? Empty. Now, of course, now I know my height, so I just put over here 18 first, can? Okay, let's read the next question. Next sentence is what? The height of water in X was what? The height of water in Y. 3/4. 3/4 means what? Was over off. Remember was over off or not? Off. Very good. 3 is for X, and then what? 4 is for Y. That means 3 is for X, right? So 3 units over here, right? Then Y is how many units? 4 units, right? So we look at Y, we realize that Y is 4 units. That means Y is already what? This. True or not? So we can find the height of X or not? Can you find? Why, teacher Joseph? I thought you have to do all the way until here. Yeah, because I've already removed some, right? True? Agree or disagree? Can? So over here, I know that 4 units is going to be 18, right? 1 unit is going to be 18 divided by 4. We get to an answer of 4.5. And I'm going to find how many units? 3 units. Do you understand or don't understand? All right, so in this situation, I get to 13.5 cm. Agree or disagree? Immediately write down height is 13.5 cm. Do you understand or don't understand? Do I know my base or not? Do I know my base area? I don't know. I have no idea. True. However, do you remember what was the volume that was given to Y? What was the volume that was given to Y? Do we know? Never mind. Don't know, never mind. Let's move on to the next one. The amount of water left in X was 2/3 the amount of water in Y. What does that mean to you? The amount of water in X left in X was 2, right? So that means this is very good. So X is how much? In terms of its volume right now is how many units? 2 units. Understand or don't understand? Right? 3 units goes to Y, right? So that means this is how many units? This is 3 units. You understand or don't understand? Agree or disagree? All right. So 3 units is going to be 2430. Make sense or don't make sense? 1 unit is going to be 2430 divided by 3. We get to 810 centimeter cube. How many units am I going to find? 2 units. Okay. We get to 1620. Do you understand or don't understand? My volume in this situation is going to be 1620 centimeter cube. Make sense or don't make sense? Okay. Of course, what am I going to do right now? The question wants us to find the base area. How do we find base area of X? Base area of X. Remember, base area never changes, right? Never change, right? True. So if I have my volume and my height, can I find my base area of X?
Yeah.
I sure can, right? True. How do I do that? Volume over your height. Understand or not understand? 1620 over 13.5. Do you understand or not understand? 1620 divided by 13.5, we get the answer of 120 centimeter area. So therefore, it's a square. And this is my answer for this question. So let's take a look at question number 11. It says that a file costs $3.10 more than a pen. Now, the moment I see a question like that, I know that this is a Barney Best read. Okay, I know that this is a Barney Best read, right? File and pen, a file, so one file, one pen. In this situation, you're going to obviously have what? $3.10 more. Can you understand? All right, so we have $3.10 more. Do you understand or don't understand? Okay, now Hakim, what did Hakim do? Sentence number 2, Hakim bought twice as many pens as files, right? So Hakim bought 2 units of pens. You understand? How many of files? 1 unit of files. Agree or disagree? Whatever that is over here, you have to remember to split it. This is my 2 units of pens is basically my how many. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay, this is my how many. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
All right, next one. He spent, sentence number 3, he spent a total of $92.70, right?
Yes.
Okay, then he spent $6.30 more on the files and on the pens. Okay, so this is the total files and total pens. Got it? So my files in this situation is actually $6.30 more. Got it? My pens is this. How much is total? $92.70. Got it? So
Yeah.
then what you want to do is you want to just do $92.70 minus away $6.30, right? Is equals to how much? 9270 minus away 630, 8640, right? Then 8640 divided by 2, $43.20. Make sense? Okay, simple. So what now? You realize that when you look at this, right, this is where you have to use a concept called BDST. Okay, big difference, small difference. Now, can I ask you a question? For my files, right, how many groups of files did I buy? I only bought 1 unit of files. You understand? How many groups of pens did I buy? 2 units of pens. You understand that? Okay, so what I will do is I will say 2 units of pens is actually equals to $43.20. 1 unit of pen. Why am I going to bring it down to 1 unit of pen? Let me explain in a bit. All right, you divide by 2, you get to $21.60. Can? Okay, this is 1 unit of pen. Next one. Tell me about file. 1 unit of file. How much is 1 unit of file? 1 unit of file is how much? $43.20 plus what? $6.30. You understand? Understand? All right, 43.20 plus $6.30, you get to $49.50. Got it?
Yeah.
When you have 1 unit and 1 unit, this is your big difference. This is your big difference. Okay, so in math, right, your ultimate skill set, your ultimate superpower is to use difference to solve questions. Okay? 1 unit versus 1 unit. How much is 1 unit versus 1 unit? What is the BD? The big difference over here is what? $49.50 minus away $21.60. Do you understand? All right, 49.50 minus away 21.60. All right, we get to an answer of $27.90. Got it?
Yeah.
What is my SD? What is my SD? My SD in this situation, you can see SD is always given to you. Remember, small difference means one item versus. Remember, small difference is always what? One versus one. Understand? One item versus one item. How much is it? Well, we can see one item versus one item, as you can see over here, $3.10. Got it? Okay, so over here we have something called $3.10. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, so if I have my big difference, small difference, what can I do? The next step you want to do is BD over SD. Right, $27.90 divided by $3.10. Got it or no?
Yes.
Okay, when you do this, you get to an answer of 9. You see, this is $27.90 divided by $3.10. Dollar and dollar cancel out. So therefore, your answer has to be 9 items in 1 unit. Do you understand or don't understand? All right, it has to be 9 items in 1 unit. Agree or disagree? Okay. So how many items did this person buy? Let's see. How many items did this person buy? 9 items in 1 unit. So how many files did this person buy? 9. How many pens did this person buy? 18. Okay. So how do you find the cost of a pen and a file? You get? Okay, 9 files. Wait, 9 files is for how much? Can I ask you how 9 files? How much did I spend for files? You remember how much I spent for files? How much? 49.50. For files is 49.50. Very good. All right, $49.50. Got it? How do I find one file? 49.50 divided by 9, right? So one file is $5.50. Can you understand or not understand? But you're trying to find what? One pen. Agree or disagree? $5.50 minus away how much? Minus away $3.10. You understand or not understand? Right, 550 minus 310. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get to $2.40. Got it?
Yeah.
All right, so I have 2 answers. One over here. Can you see or cannot see? All right, you have 2 answers. So one over here, right? Yeah. Are they asking us the total cost? Very good. Total cost. So I'm just gonna use this and I'm gonna add to this. Agree or disagree?
So 550. 250.
Very good. Okay. Total cost of 1P plus 1F. You agree or disagree?
Yeah.
550 plus $2.40. Got it? 550 plus 240, we get to an answer of how much? $7.90. Okay. So yeah, you get to 790, and that's your answer for this question. Okay, let me just quickly note that down as well. $7.90 is basically the cost of a pen and a file. Understand? Alright. Okay, so now we are going on to the next question. Now, whenever you see that is percentage, you always say PPP. ECC. Got it? Okay, a fitness club had 280 members in 2010. Okay, in the year of 2023. All right, my total is 280. Got it? Out of this, how many of them are female? Of course, right? If they are females, then definitely there must be a male. True? We say 40%, right? So change to 4 over 10. True? All right. If not, if you want, you can change to 2 over 5 also, right? 2 over 5 means 2 over 5 times 280. Do you understand or don't understand? Okay. So that means that will get me to an answer of 112 female. True? For male will be 280 minus away. 280 minus away, which is 168. Do you understand or not understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that is for 2013. Of course, then as the year goes by, obviously what happens is that people will leave, some people join, right? It's very normal. True or not? Okay, what happens? What happens in 2014?
There's a drop of like women in the club.
Yeah, so the question say, right? The question say that I don't know what's the total. However, in terms of female and male, right? So we're gonna have female over here, we're gonna have male over here. True? All right. What did the
Yes.
question say? You read for me. You read for me the next part. The number of female increased by how many percent? 37%. Wow. At first, it was only how much? 168 in 2023, right? Increased by 37.5%. That means now it's 137.5%. You agree or disagree? Agree or disagree? So what you're going to do is obviously you're gonna go and find your 1% first. Is that okay? 168 divided by 100 is 1.68. Understand or not understand? Right, increased by how much? Increased by 37.5%. So we got 137.5% right now. Agree or disagree? 137.5 times 1.68. We get to an answer of 231. So right now, how many male are there? 231. Understand? Female, female become what? Drop to 84. Okay. Got it? Alright, it was how much at first? 112, right? True. Now become 84. Understand or not understand?
Yeah.
Let's read the question together. The question says what? Find the percentage decrease. You see, when the question says percentage means what? You need to always have a times 100. Agree or disagree?
So could it be
So always remember percentage decrease basically means what? Change over original times 100. Agree or disagree?
yeah.
Alright, change over original. So you're gonna write change over original. Agree or disagree? Times 100, right? What's the change? This is for female only, huh? Understand or not understand?
Yeah.
Alright, this is for female only. What's the change for female? The change for female is what? 112 minus 84. Agree or disagree?
Which is 28.
Alright, over what? Tell me what is the original.
112.
112 is the original, not 84, okay? A lot of students will write 84 because they think the original is the lesser one. Not necessarily. You get what I'm trying to say? Okay, so 112 minus 84. Okay, so then obviously you just press your calculator, right? So you just do this, then you basically, how much do you get to?
25%.
Very good. So that means that it's a 25% drop in number of emails. Do you understand or not understand? All right, then the question continued on and say, what was the total number of members in the fitness club in 2024? Look at 2024. Where's 2024? This is the one over here. True? This is the question mark. True? All right, so total number, you just have to do 231 plus 84. Agree or disagree? All right, so 231 plus 84. We get to an answer of 315, and that's the answer for this question. Now, Paul and Zalim went out together with a total of how much? $140.20. Okay. So when I see a question like that, right, since I know that there's a lot of fractions, right? I definitely write down but for me right now. True? Okay, I'll just write down but for me right now. Understand?
Do.
Very good. Okay, so but for me right now, dude. Agree or disagree?
Yeah.
All right, but for me right now, dude. Okay, so if you know that they went out together with that amount, so you're just going to write down. What are you going to write first? You're going to write P plus Z is actually equals to how much? 140.20. That's the first part. Can? Okay, so they had this amount first. Agree or disagree? Okay, please recognize that you have to write down but for me right now. All right, why is it but for me right now? Because I know that this is but for me right now, dude, because these are all fractions. Got it or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so over here, what you're going to do is obviously you're going to draw a table first. Agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you draw a table, okay, who are you going to have? You're going to have Paul over here, right? Salim over here. Does that make sense to you? Okay, what are some of the things that you need to have? You need to have your before. You need to have your change. Again, I always tell my students that your table has to be fat. Understand or don't understand? All right, make sure that it's big enough. If it's not big enough, you're going to squeeze your numbers. You're going to get confused. Agree or disagree? All right, so what's my before? My before, we know that we don't know the individual, but we know one thing for sure is that they started off with $140.20. Agree or disagree? All right, and then what did Zalim do? Zalim looked at his favorite, I don't know, favorite thing, and he decided to spend, right? And how much did he spend? Did he spend more than Paul? Definitely, he spent 4 times as much. So he's going to minus 4 units. Agree or disagree? That means Paul is going to just minus 1 unit. Okay, so Paul is maybe like, I don't spend so much, right now. Okay? Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay. Now, after I've done this, what happens? You can read the next sentence. It says that the amount of money Paul had left
It's $12
more than half of what Zalim had spent. Okay, $12 more than what? More than half of what Zalim had spent. What is half of what Zalim had spent? 2 units, what? True or not? Agree or disagree? Right? Because half of what Zalim spent, how much did he spend? He spent 4 units, right? So half of what Zalim had spent, that becomes 2 units. Agree? The amount of money Paul had left was $12 more than 2 units. So that means this has to be 2 units plus 12. Agree or disagree? This is for Paul. Agree?
Yeah.
The amount of money Zalim had left was 1/5 of what Paul had left. 1/5 of means you have to multiply of what Paul had left. How much was Paul left with? Paul was left with 2 units plus 12. Are you understanding or not understanding?
Yes.
So what we are going to do is we are going to do 1/5 times 2 units plus 12. Are you understanding?
Yes.
So you got to rainbow this part, right? True? When you rainbow here, what happens? Over here, you'll get to something called 2/5 units, even though this is not the nicest number. Okay, 2/5 units. Okay, when I do 1/5 times 12, we get to an answer of plus 2.4. So this is still decent. Okay, if I have running numbers, then I don't like it really. Understand or not understand? Okay, now, whenever you have this, then you realize the only thing that is missing is whatever that is over here. True? So what do you have to do? You have to work backwards. How do you work backwards? Tell me what is Paul at first. Paul, see, Paul had 2 units plus 12, spend 1 unit, so now Paul...
3 units plus 12.
Yes, very good. Understand or don't understand? Okay, because you have to work backwards. Understand or don't understand?
Yeah.
Next one. For Zalim at first will be what? 2/5 units. You go 2/5 units plus 4. True or not?
Yeah.
So that's 4.4 units, right? Correct or not? Plus 2.4.
2.4.
Understand or don't understand? Can we form our equation already? Can you see that this is actually equals to how much? Isn't this equals to $140.20? Do you understand or don't understand?
Yes.
All right, so over here you say 3 units plus 12, 3 units plus 12 plus 4.4 units plus 2.4 is equals to $140.20. Okay, we always have to do something called SFST. Do you understand or don't understand? Very good. All right, so 3 units with 4.4 units. Understand or don't understand?
Yeah.
All right, then we have $12 plus $12 and 240. Does it make sense to you? All right, so 3 plus 4.4, we get to an answer of what? 7.4 units, right? Plus 12 plus 2.4, we get to an answer of 14.4. Correct or not? It's equals to $140.20. Is this something that you can understand or don't understand? Okay, now of course, what you want to do next, obviously, is to make sure that you bring my $14.40 over. True? So 7.4 units, 7.4 units equals to $140.20 minus away 14.4. Is this something that you can understand?
Yes.
Okay. When you do this, what happens is that 7.4 units, you can work out $140.20 minus 14.4 first. Can? So $7.4 unit, $7.4 unit equals to $125.80. Always find your who? Mr. Greenman, which is 1 unit. Understand? How do you get from 7.4 to 1 unit? You divide by 7.4. Got it? When I do something to my left, thank you. So 125.8 divided by 7.4, we get to an answer of 17. Understand or don't understand? Okay, Mr. Greenman is out. What can I do now? What can I do next? Read the question for me, Ken. Can you read the question for me? How much what? Money did Paul spend? So how much money did Paul spend? Paul spent, you can see over here, it's 1 unit, right? Yeah, so Paul actually spent $17. You agree or disagree? Okay, how much money did Zalim have? How much money did Zalim have? What? At first. So Zalim bracket at first, in this situation, you can see, right, for Zalim at first is 4.4 units plus 24. Agree or disagree? Right, so you just have to do 4.4 times 17. Agree or disagree? Plus 24. Make sense or don't make sense? Agree or disagree? Right, so this is $74.80 plus 24. Make sense or don't make sense?
Yes.
74.80 plus 24, we get to an answer of $98.80. Okay, so this is what Salim had. first. Okay, and that's how you would do a question like this.
Hi everyone, if you like this video, you can click right here for a similar video, or you can view our playlist here.